This is where people are laid to rest, and it's sacred space. Death reflects life, and the treatment of Black people in life is reflective of treatment of Black people in death.
In Washington, D.C., the Mount Zion and Female Union Band Society cemeteries have endured challenges, such as erosion and a lack of funding. At one point, developers almost built on this land.
And we're going to do 30-minute shifts.
But on days like Juneteenth, volunteers like high school student Brooke Talbot come to take care of the burial grounds.
A lot of times these stones are either unmarked or their family doesn't know about it, so nobody's coming out to, help to refurbish the graves.
One of those graves honors the life of a 7-year-old girl named Nanny. She is one of an estimated 8,000 to 10,000 people buried here. Some are known, many are not. It took years of research to figure out who she was.
She has been pretty popular at the cemetery since I started in 2019 because people leave toys and cards and food at her gravesite.
Lisa Fager is in charge of the foundation that oversees the burial grounds. She was the first to discover the remnants of a fire set on Nanny's grave last year.
Sad that somebody would vandalize the grave, but ironically, it's something so tragic became so beautiful with people coming together.
I think it's important that this place highlights the plight of African Americans in this country, but also the triumph that they have, we came to this country in bondage, but we've risen so much.
Juliet Varga, who lives near the cemetery, started volunteering here in high school. She quickly realized there was more than just history, but also a community.
I think something that really drew me to the cemetery was the effort that was made to bring the people buried there to life.
The African American Burial Grounds Preservation Act was passed in 2023 with the intent of funding research into finding and preserving Black cemeteries nationwide.
A lot of cemeteries don't look like cemeteries anymore. They're under parking garages or buildings, particularly historic Black cemeteries.
This vault within the cemeteries was used as a stop on the Underground Railroad. Some people buried here were enslaved at nearby plantations, including Mount Vernon, the home of George and Martha Washington. To walk visitors through the history here, Varga created an online self-tour accessible by a QR code displayed around the cemetery.
Quickly, there were 1,000 hits, and it was really cool to see that people were using it and hopefully learning from it.
The facts are there in their lives and in their deaths, and tell us the stories and the history that we need to remember so that we don't repeat it. And that's what Black cemeteries do. They complete the story.
For the PBS NewsHour Student Reporting Labs, I'm Claire Baek.